my name is Dasha and this is the second try of this video. It's my second video and it's really difficult to understand which light is the better for video and which area is the better, and the last time it was really ugly. My face was so strange and skin was so strange because of the sun, so I just curtained my window and that's all. So, hello, my name is Dasha and now I'm an au pair in Hungary. Today I want to tell you about my au pair project a little bit, how I decided to become an au pair and what was my way from this decision to my flight to Hungary. I spent 11 months in Estonia. I was an EC volunteer there. I worked in the youth center and it was a significant time. It was really excellent time. And after Estonia, I had a plan. I moved to St. Petersburg because my returning to Russia was really hard for me, and I wanted to change some place. Before Estonia, I lived in Moscow. And yes, I moved to St. Petersburg and I decided to study in Narva. It's the little city between Russia and Estonia, and I wanted to study English teaching or youth work. And I had a lot of things for going to this university. I wrote my motivation letter, I think 1 year before going to university. I had the English teacher. I spoke with a lot of students from this university. But in the end of February, the war between Russia and Ukraine has started. And my plans had crashed, like plans for a million people on those time. It was impossible for me to go to this university because the director of this university thought that Russian people can be dangerous for Estonia. My Sentinel organization, who helped me to go to my volunteering project, organized meeting in the end of 2021. And I met a lot of volunteers from some different countries, and I found out some opportunity for people who have an experience with kids or who want to have this experience. It's an au pair project. And when my dreams were broken, I just made my profile on two websites, aupair.com and aupairworld.com, and I started to send a lot of messages for a lot of families. Really, I sent maybe more than 20 letters every day for different countries, and Italy and Spain and Norway, everywhere, because I didn't know that there are not so many opportunities for Russians, and I didn't know a lot about preparing for visa on those time. And some fun fact, a lot of people, especially from Norway, I don't know why, they didn't answer me with hello or goodbye. They were not so polite. They just wrote me, "What do you think about Putin?" And they wrote me, "Why do you want to go out from Russia?" And yes, it was a little bit scary and creepy, but sometimes I started the conversation with them because it was just funny. I still think that it was so unpolite, especially for the first message for someone who you don't know. And I decided to go to Germany because I have a lot of friends from there and I wanted to meet them, and yes, I started to find some family there. After I found out some information that if I'm not from European Union country, I have to have an A1 or A2 level of German, and I started to learn it. I found some family in those time. They had an au pair from Russia and they wanted to take another girl from Russia because they thought, oh, Russian girls, they really know what do they want. I don't think so, but anyway, I started to learn German and I was so excited because I had some agreement with those family, And after 1 week of studying, my motivation was less, and that's all. It was on the bottom of the floor. It was really difficult because I had some thoughts that maybe I will find some different family in different country, and I spent a lot of time for this, and now there are less and less opportunity for me because of the war. We had a lot of sanctions for our country, and I just stopped. Maybe I was a little bit lazy, of course, but anyway, after I was a little bit more serious and I read some articles where I can go without some knowledge about language. And I choose Italy, I choose Spain, and I choose Hungary. I found the family when I'm living now, and we had a short conversation, and they asked me about an interview. We had a video call in WhatsApp. It was maybe around an hour. They asked me about my hobby, about my future, my plans for the future, about my experience, my graduating, about my family, and I asked them why do they want to have an au pair but not, for example, babysitter. And they told me that they had a babysitter, but it's really difficult because they have to have someone who can live with them, because with the kids there are a lot of accidents and they have to have some people in their house. And the second reason is, of course, English, because their kids are studying in international school and they are studying English, and they wanted to have some people who will speak with them on this language. And yes, on the next day after the interview, they wrote me that I was chosen. It was a little bit scary, of course, because my life will change, and I lived with my boyfriend in St. Petersburg, and I fell in love in St. Petersburg, but I wanted this. I wanted to go abroad. I wanted to meet some new people from new countries, and I went through it. I started packing my... No, I didn't start. What about my visa? It was really difficult, because if you are not from your country, you have to prepare a lot of documents, a lot of recommendations later, a lot of diplomas, a lot of insurance, photos, and so on and so on. But I did it, and my interview in consulate was maybe around half an hour. And after there were 2 or 3 months when I just were waiting. Sometimes there were some good news, for example, when I had work permission, and sometimes there were bad news, for example, when I realized that I have to translate a lot of documents, and it was expensive, and it spent a lot of time, because there were a lot of foreigners in Hungary of those time. We know why. And yes, I just broke my deadlines at all. And at the end of August, my sister came to me in St. Petersburg, and we went to some restaurant, and in those restaurants I had a message that I have a visa and I will have a residence permit in Hungary. Oh my god. Yes, I was scared, and I realized that I have to start my packing. I had 2 really huge suitcases, but I had to pack all my life in these suitcases. I had a guitar, ukulele, a lot of stickers, a lot of clothes, a lot of toys, a lot of books, a lot of everything, a lot of gifts. And it was impossible to leave something for my boyfriend, because he moved after my going out to Moscow. And yes, I throw out a lot of things. And yes, I had packed, and I have bought my tickets, and I didn't sleep for a lot of nights before because I was crying about my boyfriend, after I didn't sleep because of my night bus, and after I didn't sleep because I met my friends in Estonia. I was a little bit afraid about crossing the border, but no, everything was fine. And I remember this time when I saw some first words on some shop. It was an Estonian, and I was so happy about it because I was waiting about this time for a year. I met a lot of friends, and in the next day I had my flight from Estonia to Budapest. There was some accident with my suitcases because my friend has a scale, and when I started to use it I realized that one of my suitcases was 52 kilograms and the other one 46 kilograms, but maximum for plane it's 23. And another night without sleeping because I had a repacking, and I left a lot of my things in the house of my friend, my guitar, my clothes for the winter, and yes, I did it. And after, in the airport, on the check-in table, I used their scale, and one of my suitcases was 10 kilograms and another one was 12 kilograms. So scales of my friend are not so good, but it doesn't matter. I just smiled and okay, I can buy everything and I will go back for taking this after 3 months. My first day in Hungary is the topic of some next video, so for today that's all. Have a good day. Bye bye.